مع السلامة. هاي هاي. هاي. Hi, nice to meet you, Modding. Hi, I'm Modding. خليكم تتلموا شوية ونبدأ نحكي. خلينا نكملوا إن شاء الله غدوة. Hi, finally, it's the first time I'm in time. صافي. لازمك, you have to be on time يا صافي. I like your hair, thank you. Right, and Mr. Modding, actually this live, it has a purpose, so if you don't mind, don't start asking like silly questions. If you are Arabic or you are not Arabic, it's not the right time because we have things to do. I'm really sorry, I'm not gonna attend all your questions. All right, thank you. اوكي البنات, هاي احكيوا لي شنو ريفستو, شنو عملتوا, through what you went, وقولوا لي شنو هي I know صافي. قولوا لي شنو عملتوا, شنو قريتوا. Okay, thank you so much, so sweet of you that you understood. سالو عسلنتي, قولوا لي شنو عملتوا, no problem. شنو قريتوا, شنو ريفستوا, رجعتوا لللايف لقيتوهم على سلومة. كوكو سلومة, شنو احوالك؟ سوار, هاي. سو قولوا لي شنو ريفستوا, شنو قريتوا. I love you so much. I love you too, سوار. What do you work? And I follow you. Nice. سماح, ضحكنا معك عزيزتي, كنتي تضحكي. بالكش نضحكوا معك يا روحي. اوكي دونك نعملوا معناها نستناو شويه جوست ناس اخرين بيسك يوصلوا لل 30 دقيقه ونبداو بيسك ليش معصبه اليوم؟ مو معصبه, مين حكى لك انه معصبه؟ هي الضحكه كلها معصبه. شو عصبني يعني؟ Hello from the other earth. Which earth? Hello from Doha. اوكي دونك وصلنا ل 30 اكثر هكاك يبداو يتلموا بعديك. فيسك المره الاخرى حكينا على الاتيكيت اللي لازمكم تعملوهم during الاوبن داي, وزيد فوق هذاك الكل حكينا على تيم وورك, حكينا على حسيت بس لا ما تحس, لانه مش معصبه, بالعكس ما تلاقيني معصبه انا. حكينا على تيم وورك, حكينا على two type of team work, حكينا على تونسيا. ايوه هاي from Tunisia. حكينا على تيم ورك كما قلت لكم, حكينا على الواي هاو يو هاف تو ستاند, الاتيكيت اللي لازم تعملها. حكيت الكل ملا تفاهه شنو وليد يا وليد, كي انتي ماكش فاهمه الموضوع من غير ما تبدا ترمي في الكلام اخرج, ما حشناش بيك في اللايف, خاطر احنا مناش قاعدين نعملوا في تفاهه يا تافه. الوغ دونك بس حكينا على تيم ورك، حكينا على الواي هاو يو هاف تو ستاند، الواي هاو يو هاف تو توك، كيفاش قلنا على الانتراكشن اللي باش تصير. شنو ما موضوع اليوم باش نحكيو على type of questions you can get during the face to face. اوكي so من الاشياء حضرت لكم كلكو كيستيون اللي هما normally it's the major questions اللي هما will be asked by your interviewer. وشدوا ورقة وستيلو عندكم وقيدوهم، خاطر there is a way how you answer it and there is a way how you should not answer it. okay so يتفها وليد والله ما نعرفش انتي اسكم so بالله لحظة خليني نخرج هذا سي وليد التافه اللي قاعد يرمي في الكلام، فيسك انسان مسكين ما عندوش لا دنيا لا اخلاق لا حتى شيء، دونك خليني نخرجو سي وليد. اسمك انتي؟ لحظة البنات. اوتش بالله شوفوا التافه، بالله كان ما جيتش تافه تعملش شعرك هكاكا براس امك، معناها حب نفهمك هاو وين كان معناتها انت متخيل روحك راجل. اوت stupid. على العموم شفتوا النيجاتيف بيبل هذيوما، let's skip them anyway. block. alright اليوم باش نحكيو على oh my gosh اليوم باش نحكيو على نوع السؤالات اللي ممكن تجيكم البنات والاولاد، وماذا بيكم تركزوا معايا وامان، خذوا ورقه وستيلو خاطر حضرت لكم نوع الاسئله اللي ممكن تطيح في الانترفيو. ومنهم السؤال هذا اول حاجه اللي ناس يعني معناتها تلقى فيهم صعوبة باش تحكيهم. معلش خاطر لازم كي تجي تحكيهم thank you for the explanation, you are a very good person. thank you سارة عايشك, merci beaucoup. so من السؤال هذا أول سؤال يسألولك tell me about yourself. tell me about yourself it means السي متاعك فيه حاجات انت كتبتهم ديجا، اوكي فيها عمرك، في اسمك، فيها درس داركم در شنو كل شيء. دونك لكن من وقت اللي بيجي تحكي للانترفيور باش تقول له باش تحكي له على روحك و tell me about yourself, you should never tell everything about yourself because for sure they have the CV. مريات هبلي thank you حبيبتي. they have the CV لكن they want to hear from you the most excited part of your CV. so it means when they will say tell me about yourself, you just need to say انه انتي قداش مثلا اسمي فلانة الفلانية، قد عمري، اش نعطيكم by example bad scenarios. okay bad scenarios from me. okay so we will start. okay my name is Nadia, I'm from Tunisia. you know I've been I studied in actually in international school whatever languages. I did for example English degree. and then you know I'm an Instagrammer. A lot of people they love me. you know I have a lot of things to do in my life like kind of skincare. نحب أهل تونس حتى احنا نحبوك عزيزتي. so هذي no الناس هذيهم no. so you should not talk about your private life ولا about your Instagrammer, you are a blogger, you are wherever. so you should avoid this kind of things. ولا by example جي حد أنا I'm my name is so and so and then I don't know like you will say I was really good in high school. I'm very good in mathematics. I did science. no you have to avoid all of this. so your introduction has to be be completed, and it has to be professional, and you have to focus actually in your experience, the experience you wanted. For example, let's say you don't have experience, so you focus about your degree and what did you study. If you have experience, focus about the most important time in your experience. For example, you worked in a lot of domains, let's say in sales and whatever, and whenever I'm a blogger, thanks a lot. So you should say, for example, إنه I will give you like an answer أنا مجهزتها. For example, you will say, my name is Nadia. For example, I've been working for the past 8 years for a company in Doha. For example, I can say for Qatar Airways. I started out as, for example, a full-time cabin crew. I was promoted after 4 years as a supervisor, and I had the chance to be a senior crew member. And for example, I was graduated from the High School of Languages in Tunis, and then I did my high school in economics and management. All right, so that's it. So أنا بديت بالrecent one, and then I went back to the high school. ما بديتش بالهاي سكول وانا مثلا يكون عندي experience وبعديك عملت experience اخرى، ولا تخرجت وبعديك على experience. نو بديت بالrecent وانا راجعه لتالي. دونك اي حاجه باش تبداو بها ديما بالrecent thing باش تبداو. دونك فوالا. نمشيو للسؤال الثاني. Why do you want to work for our airline? So I want to work. السؤال هذايا مش يسألوهم لكم. Why you want to work for our airline? So that's the time كما قلت لكم, you have to do your research, and then you have to make sure that you study a little bit about the airline. Can you Emirates? Can you Dubai? The place, everything. So I will tell you a very bad scenario. For example, let's say actually I want to work for your airline because I heard that the salary is very good and I can travel everywhere. You have a lot of destinations, and you have a lot of crew from different nationalities. This kind of things, and which is really negative, and you should never say it. So we move to a better answer, اللي هي why do you want to work for our airline. So one of the answers, I know that your company has been one of the fastest growing airlines in the world, especially for Emirates as well. So with the numerous awarded one, like because they got a lot of prizes in the service, and then they were like #1 in the world for last year, I think, or the year before. So at least you have to study when it was that. For example, Qatar Airways, I think 3 times or 4 times the best airline in the world. So you have to study the year of Emirates. وقتش بالضبط كانوا هما the first airline in the world. So it's gonna impress a lot the company. All right. So and then I would be honored to be part of such ambitious team. So I would love to be part of this ambitious team, and to grow up with the Emirates as one of the best airline in the world. So this is one of the answers for this kind of question. Why do you want to work for our airline? So that's why you need to study a lot about Emirates, and then you know that it's one of the biggest airline in the Middle East, and they won already the best airline in the world. I think I don't know exactly, but I think 2 years back. All right, so this is one of the answers. So avoid saying about salaries, avoid saying about destinations, about traveling, because you are not going there just to travel. Yes, you are there to travel, but actually you have a job to do. All right, so please put it in the highlight story. ندو والله صافي ما نجمش نحطهم في الهايلايت خاطرهم طوال برشا وما تحطوش. مي باغ كونطخ كل اللايفز ابار واحده اللي هو كان مقسوم بارت وبارت تجبوا تلقاوهم على اليوتيوب شانل. معناها حطيتهم لكم في اليوتيوب شانل. اوكي، وهذه تنحطوا لكم في اليوتيوب شانل كيف ان شاء الله ما يقصش ويكون continuously معناها. So we will say the third question will be, tell me about your dream job. Okay, if you say another job, you will give an impression that you might be dissatisfied with the cabin crew job. So, for example, your dream job, I want to be a doctor. So, what are you doing in an interview of a cabin crew? So you have to specify actually why you want to be, what is your dream job, and it has to be related to cabin crew, to flight attendant. All right, so you can avoid of saying about other jobs, or maybe you can say something related to customer service. So it's related to cabin crew, or related to let's say to safety, ولا فهمتوني حاجة related to aviation. مثلا pilot, why not? Your dream is to start as a pilot, to be a pilot, but you can start to be a flight attendant. At least you will have an idea about aviation wherever, and then later on I will check, and I will try my best to complete my studies and all. All right. So tell me about your dream job. I will give you an answer. My dream job will give me the opportunity to travel and discover new cultures and interesting people. All right, so it is the job that get me excited to wake up every day. This is one of the smartest answers. All right, so my job, I would love to have the job that it make me wake up every morning for a reason, to go to work constantly and learn something new every day. So actually, this is what cabin crew is about: waking up every day, going to a different destination, traveling, and then learning something new. So it's related to aviation, but in a smart way. All right, so there one of the answers you can get in your third questions, which is tell me about your dream job. For the قاعدين تقيدوا ولا ايش بيكم نقصتوا 17 بي قاعدين تكتبوا ولا سينو نعاود. Okay, do you work better in a team or alone? So هذا كيما يقولوا سهم بو قالتها لي الطفلة المرة الأخرى نسيتها. Whatever. Anyway, do you work better in a team or alone? Of course, you have to answer both. Yes. Okay, yes. Okay. So, do you work better in a team or alone? إذا كنت خلطت توا بعد ترجع لللايف تلقاها. ما هو الناس قاعدة تقيد قاعدة نشوف دونك تنكيت تو نحط تلقاها بعديك عندي على اليوتيوب ولا يقعد 24 hours على ستوري. أوكي. So هزار خلطت مخرة. Do you work better in a team or alone? So this is actually a very easy question, alright? However, it's frequently asked in the final interview, and you have to really be careful about this answer, because if you will say this, what does it mean? You cannot work alone. And if you say I work alone, what does it mean? You cannot work in a team. So you have to say both at the same time, but in a smart way. And don't say please. It depends on the situation. It means if the flight, I don't know, it's full, it means I will work individually. If the flight is the flight is full, I will work in a team. The flight is not full, I will work individually. So this is not the case. So don't say it depends on the situation. All right. So I think the best answer will be I prefer to work in a group. I prefer to work in a team, but I also enjoy having a part of my work that is I will have a personal or like individual responsibilities. Look شنو من individual responsibility. Tell them, for example, I have customer in my zone. Well, I have such things. I have to do it by myself. But of course, my team has to be aware about what I'm doing. All right. So this is the way how you should answer. Salam, do, Dina. Save the live, please. Of course, I'm gonna save the live. Answer الأخرانية متاع الكيستيون نيميرو 3. My dream job. أنا قلت لك ترجع بعديك ايش تلقاهم الانسرز الكل واكتبهم عزيزتي. به فهمنا. This is the answer. قبولتي يا روحي. Okay, how would your friends or co-workers describe you? So let's say how your boss, or for example your supervisor or your co-workers describe you, how they describe you, how they find you during the work. Do you have an idea about architect as a job in Qatar? It is easy to find. في الريال تو نجاوبك بعد اوكي، خاطرني تو نعمل في لايف نتاع انترفيو، مش وقت نتاع نسألوا على الجوبز، وانا راني ما نعرفش الجوبز اللي نلقاه قدامي نحطو راهو سهم ذو حدين. هذيك هي. سهم ذو حدين، هذاك سؤال سهم ذو حدين، رد بالكم. اوكي سو في الاسئله هذه prepare some quotes، ماذا بيكم تكونوا some quotes كيما نقولوا ال proverbs ولا saying، تعرفوهم ال proverbs الامثال معناها، فهمتها؟ from your coworkers or friends. ابتسام hi. So stay focused in the skills and that it's relevant to cabin crew job. Do not get into a long story of course and start saying blah blah blah. So try to get an answer briefly and then in the same time it's really constant. So I will give you a sample of an answer, okay? Both my friends and co-workers would say that I'm a reliable individual. They all know that they can count on me to listen to their problems and try to help them to find a solution. Or you can say, my colleague at company always say that I'm the most organized person he knows because my area was always clean and I never left home before tidying up, for example, my day to work. So I will give you why we said this. This is a kind of showing your qualities. So if you want to show one of the most good qualities without saying that you are an ego, or for example you are trying to show off, so you can say it in this kind of question, how your co-workers or your friends are describing you. So you can say that my friends, they are always laughing at me, for example, because I'm perfectionist and then I'm trying to finish my job on time. I never leave it for the next day, or I never leave it for anybody else. I need to fulfill it and I need to do it by myself. What I don't have experience. Later I will answer, okay? Okay, so now this is one of the questions, of course, you can get. It's tell me about a time when you helped someone. So this is actually, it depends on your experience. I don't know, maybe you helped someone before, maybe you know situations happen in front of you. حتى في البيوت راهو sometimes معناها هم يقصدوا اي انسان، ممكن حتى ساعات اختك انك تشد لها البيبي، معناها فما حاجات راكم ممكن ما تفهموهاش. ندو in an interview you need to show your personality. We must keep on mind that everyone want to see the real. يا عم بوزينك يا قبول حبيبتي. صحيح اقرا متاع الكوزين متاعي، قلت لكم you need to show. شوفوا التطورات محلى زينها يا رب. So when you say you help someone, so maybe related actually to aviation or to flight attendant. Let's say it has to be related, for example, that you helped someone from drawing in the sea. For example, you helped someone from attending or yeah, for example, like someone helped me in my interview. Someone who already fight the fire with me. I helped someone actually. I don't know, it depends on your situation. عرفتوا تنجم تكون مثلا حد معاق انت عديته في الكياس، حد aveugle انت عديته. Give me a specific example for your past experience when answering questions. Okay, it's difficult now to remember, but I will try. Okay, so tell about time when you helped someone. This is one of the questions you can get. All right, so we will say, I will say I helped someone. I helped a lot. What I'm gonna say? I helped a lot of people. What I'm gonna say? For example, let me remember. Will you help me? ايه قلت I already said that I have يعني انه I helped you for example. Okay, so هذه انتم لوجوا شنو الحاجة اللي عملتوها في حياتكم وهي معناها حسيتوا انها فيها skills انكم باش تبين the one that lose his daughter. which one قبل the one that lost his daughter؟ حكيت لك عليها قبولة. remind me. I don't remember والله أنا تلمون ساعد من ركزش عرفت. so anyway you speak about something كما قلت لكم واحد هانديكابي عاونتوه واحد طلعتوه في البوس حاجة حسيتوا you recognize it you did it. so let's move on to another question. alright, so tell me about the time you made the suggestions to improve business. so ça dépend انتم والاكسبيرينس نتاعكم خاطر انا نعطيكم دي سيناريو انتم باغ اكزومبل تكون نتاع خدمه وانتم ما عمركم ما خدمتوا فهمت. so let's say for example to improve a business خلينا نحكي مثلا حاجه معنا ندخل الناس الكل. so let's say for example your cousin or your auntie or whoever يعني someone wants to open a business and then for example she was on the edge of losing the money and then so you helped her about connections and then you moved on with her to another place in Tunis and then you try to get all the products and then which can be sold yeah something like this. فهمتوني؟ معناه ما نجمش نلقى لكم الاجابات خاطر الاجابات اي قبولة اي why you remind me about this. okay now I remember this woman. yeah I don't want to talk about it so because it's something I don't want to remember because if I will remember I will cry now so it's fine. so time you made suggestion to improve business. so you have to be ready. think about it. if you made the suggestions to any kind of business for example حتى انت في الخدمة you said something about let's for example change this laptop and let's get Mac, it make the work easier. I don't know, something you thought about it and then you just said it and then it make a successful story in your work. you are a good person, love you. يا حبوبتي انتي coming to you. so tell me about the most fun you ever experienced on your job. so the most funniest thing. رد بالكم. so when it's funny they are not expecting you to laugh بس يحبوا يشوفوا قديش انتي a silly person or just a normal person. so discuss a successful project you already completed or not in workplace or cafeteria for example. alright, so and then you can take this chance to reinforce your team player skills. I will give you a sample of answer I have. okay, so every December we have a salesperson of the year competition. last year the sales associated divided into 2 teams and we had our own competition to see who sells the most. we had the great fun making daily charts and then posting them for everyone to see. we sold so much that month. we became the best-selling store and we are all praised by our manager. I don't see anything funny here but I will tell you something funny. for example once open time I was on board the aircraft and then that customer actually his name is totally different and then I was just addressing him by name and he was a member, a gold member, like a frequent flyer customer with us, and then I was saying a different name. so that customer actually she's a woman. alright, but actually أنا ماشي في بالي اللي هي she is ماشي في بالي اللي هي غلطين فيها وهي طلعت واحد متحول. so وانا كنت نعيط لها مسيو، هي مغيره روحها وعامله حاله في روحها باش يعيطوا لها مدام. سو انا قعدت نعيط لها في مسيو انا مانيش القمع مش مسيو، معناها نعيط لها مستر فلان الفلاني، لكن انا قايله اللقب نتاعها differently وهو كان اسم راجل، فهمتوني. so she was telling me no don't tell me I'm a woman، يعني هي متحوله ما عليناش. but it was funny for me anyway. So you have to say something you experienced in your job. It's really funny. So this is one of the questions you can get. Here you need another one. It's what are your strengths? Okay, so your strengths you need at least to illustrate 2 or 3, not more than that, because باش تولي ظاهره اللي انت ياسر معناها تحكي برشا وحكايتك فارغه، فهمت. So focus on team player. Focus that you are perfectionist. Let's say انك you want to fulfill the job in the same day and then you don't want to delay it. and then for example حاجات ممكن حتى بعد كي تقلبهم يوليوا لك كي يكونوا weaknesses يكونوا باهين لك انت، فهمت. so مثلا من السترينث متاعي اللي انا very patient. so I'm just a patient person. so and then sometimes they would tell me why you are so calm and that patient. so انت تستعمل حاجات هما باش يحسوهم تيان الطفله هذه ولا الولد هذا تحفون على الاخر خاطر مدابو patient. the job it's required a lot of patience. alright. So I will give you a sample of an answer. For example, I'm a team player with the excellent attention to details. Oh, please say this one. I'm very into details. عندي صاحبتي اللي هي auditor, so she's a lot into details, and I'm into details as well. All right. So when I was flying, you have to focus on small things. حتى by example, تو أنت كي تمشي الغسلو ولا حاجة ديما you are looking for perfection ولا you are looking for the perfect service. So فما حاجات you have to pay attention to details whenever you go. So منش قاعدة نقرأ في الكومنتات بعديك تو نقرأ اوكي خاطر فما حدا قالت لي repeat. I cannot repeat everything. now we are in the 9th questions, so you have to go back to the live again and then you can watch. So أنا أعود لكم a sample of the answer. Okay, I'm a team player with excellent attention to details. I provide actually personalized service to my customers while aiming to be beyond all expectation and ensure that my customers receive the best possible service they can have. I also have the ability to adapt a fast-paced environment. So you can adapt anywhere, and then you can be that social person. all right. What is your weaknesses? So this is actually a very tricky question as well, so you have to make sure انك you don't illustrate a lot of things. انتي من تونس حجية. I feel that my attention to شفتوا قداش related بعضهم هذين لي دو كيستيون. ما كنتي في الاول في ال strength قلت I'm a team player with excellent attention to detail. شوفوا توا كيفاش باش تولي weaknesses. so باش تقول انتي I feel that my attention to detail is my weaknesses. I want everything to be perfect. so perfectionist actually is the weaknesses. okay, so sometimes I get so caught up in a small details that I forgot to see the big picture. It was pointed out to me and I was able to improve myself, and I'm constantly finding ways to balance both in details and overall situations. هلا بيك نحيك من الكويت. هلا بأهل الكويت. So when we talk about strength, try to get that things that you can say that it's a weakness. For example, if I will say I'm patient, it can be a weaknesses. How are you gonna turn it to weaknesses? So I'm very patient person is my strength, but it can be turned to weaknesses when you say I'm very patient person, and that's make me a lot of problems because people they think that I'm careless in some situations. So we move on to the 11th question. So tell me about a time when you had a deal with a co-worker who wasn't doing his or her fair share of work. It means somebody is not working. How are you gonna correct that person who is not working with you? So we said about teamwork, right? But the way how you're gonna ask somebody to work, it's different. ما شاء الله عليك عم شو تحكي المحاضرة. عم نحكي على في ناس رايحة interview, and then we are talking about how they can deal in an interview and how they can surprise or they can impress their interviewers. All right, so and they can pass, of course, the interview. What did you do and what's the outcome out of it? So خلينا نحكيو على انك انت by example was someone, let's say, who is not working and then he doesn't want to work, so a lazy person. How are you gonna correct that lazy person? All right, so it's the way how you're gonna say the answer. So I will give you a sample of an answer. All right, dear. All right, so I will give you a sample of an answer. Okay, so Sophia was my shift colleague. During last service, I saw her being slow to take orders and to attend to the... Oh, you know what? I will give you something from my experience. Okay, so once... Okay, I will see crew working and crew not working. So if I will see crew working, I will encourage that crew working, and then I will just appreciate and put it in value. I will just ask them and I will encourage them and I will appreciate what they are doing. If someone is not working, I will take him, for example, away from the crowd, and I will say, look, I noticed and I realized that you've been a little bit slow, or for example, you've been a little bit rude to that customer. Can you explain me why? So if that person, he has to explain me why, because maybe she has a reason. So I need to put myself in her shoes first, and then I will find a solution, not to attack the problem. If, for example, she's that type of person, she's a slow and she wants to be slow, at that time I will try to encourage her or to change her behaviors. But if she's going through a situation, while she's going through a bad day, while she has a problem, I will try to find a solution. I will put that work in value. I will say that I do understand, for example, that you had very bad day, and for example, let's say you did not get your salary yet, or you don't have money to send to your family. However, we are all here one team, and then we can help you. And then now our focus has to be to our customers. We need to think about our customers who paid a lot of money to travel, and now we have to make their flight successful. And after that, I promise that we can sit and talk about the problems, that if you work on it, you will not lose your job because of one complaint or because of one customer. All right, so this is one of the things I would do in my flights. All right, هذه حاجة من الحاجات. We move on, for example, to the 12 questions. So it will be, tell me about a time you misjudged a person. So احنا عنا misjudgment all the time. So how you gonna misjudge a person? هذه طبعا على الاكسبيرينس متاعك انت، شنو صار لك في حياتك وشنو كيفاش انت you misjudge somebody and then you change later. So make sure انك انت بعد ما you misjudge تقول لهم اللي of course after misjudging that person I realized that this is the wrong way to do it. So and that's the time. I'll give you a sample of answers here. All right, so focus with me. Our office boy, so our office boy was a very shy and reserved person. One day I started to talk to him and I found out that he was actually an engineer in his country actually, but came here to provide a better future for his children. He was doing a job to learn the language better and understand our culture. We became friends and he was even giving me advice with some of the projects I was working on. I told to my manager his story, and after 1 year he was giving a chance to an interview. Now he's working in the planning department. I learned to never judge somebody just by the job they are doing. Sometimes we judge person by the way how they look. All right, so, and you never know, that person, he is a doctor, he can save the life of a person, or he is an engineer, or he's even a pilot, so you don't know. So you never judge people. So, and then you can talk about a situation, and then this guy, actually, he did a very good way, that he went after that and he spoke to his manager that they give the chance to that boy to be promoted to another job. So you have to say the success out of it. So if you said a story, make sure that you say a story that what did you do for that person. It's not just because I judged that person. What did you do after that? All right. So I learned to with some, yeah, you have to learn from movies as well. Can you give us tips about the open day? I've been giving tips for open day since 3 days now. You can go back to my channel in YouTube or to my highlights, and then you will find a lot of things. Tell me about a time you solved a conflict. So there is a conflict happened between two girls, or a boy and a girl, and then, or a couple. So you have to make sure that you say how did you solve that problem. So this question is asked to showcase how you deal with possible issues and how you can solve that issue. So talk about specific example with your excellent way of solving that problem. So how did you do? So usually when we solve a problem, actually in aviation, there is two people. You are neutral. You are not on the side of this person or in the side of that person. So you have to be neutral. You give the equal time to both of them. Listen to both of them. Listening skills is really important. And then let these two solve the problems between them first. All right. And then if there is no solving of that problem, first of all, actually, you make sure at least you say, okay, it was a problem between two girls or between my two colleagues, and then they were under stress, wherever. So I brought both of them and I give both of them a glass of water, or I order a coffee for both of them, and they make them separately seated. And then after that, I was really neutral, and I asked both of them to get the equal time. I give the chance to the first one to talk without the other person interrupting, and then later on I ask the second one to talk without the first one interrupting, and then I give a general point that for example, as a friends, as a colleagues, as whoever, we should never ever we should never create this kind of environment at work that it can actually distract the others around us or to create that bad environment. All right. So, and then I try to make both of them in a harmony and to solve it. And yeah, it was solved easily because at least the time was given to them was equal, and then at least they relaxed and they talk and they spoke about everything, so there is nothing else to get an issue about it later on. All right. So هكا usually how we solve problems. ما فهمت شيء. ترجمي لنا بالعربية. رايح إماراتية بكرة أنت تشوف الانترفيو. Okay. من the questions, for example, and you will get it. What is the kind of person you refuse to work with? So actually this is a trap question. All right. So I can work with all kind of people, you have to say. I believe that everybody has an interesting story to tell and something to learn or to teach me. استخدم جوجل أو خذ كورس إنجليزي وتعال. Alright, did you get my answer now? I said what kind of person you refuse to work with. Be careful, I said this is a trap question, so you need to make sure that you said no, I don't like to work with a lazy person, or I don't want to work with a bossy person. No, you have to say that I can work with all kind of people, and then I believe that everybody has a story to tell and everybody has a way of working. is the only thing how we can adapt ourselves with them, and then everyone can teach us something. So we never underestimate anybody. So من الأشياء الأخرى, what do you expect from a supervisor? You can get this kind of question. So you need to say, actually be specific and give couples of for example of examples that you appreciate in your manager. For example إذا كان خدمت انت قبل تنجم تقول اللي مثلا يعجبك المانجر المنظم، يعجبك المانجر اللي يحكي مع الناس، يعجبك كل واحدة كيفاش عندها الاكسبيرينس. لكن one of the sample question you can say, I expect from her or him to offer guidance and support. I also appreciate a supervisor who is fair, honest, and encourage the professional development of each and every individual in the team. So a person who already appreciates and recognize your efforts. So this is actually, and then a leader, not a supervisor, because it's different. When we say supervisor, we say mostly it's a leader, not a supervisor. Alright, so and then questionnaire normalement you will get it, not more than 20 questions. Now we said only maybe 18. So one of the questions will say, what did you do to prepare for this interview? We already checked the Instagram of Nadia. Actually, this is the opportunity to tell them about your concern that you had, and then your interest about the cabin crew. So you did a lot of research, and then you watch a lot of YouTube, for example. And then one of the sample question you can say, I have been reading about the aviation online, and then subscribe it in a lot of channels in YouTube or new on YouTube, or for example in videos. And then I've also done some research on the lifestyle in Dubai and the work life of flight attendants. So fair enough. I told you already to make sure to study before you go for your interview, because it's really important and you can get this kind of questions. So are you applying for any other airline? What if more than one airline offer you a job? Watch Nadia's live tips. Okay. I will say, if I'm in this situation and then I will have this kind of question, I will say I will consider all the factors in my decisions making, and I will choose the employer which best fits my career aspiration or inspiration, and your airline seems to be such a place for me. Wow. So this is how you're gonna say it. If you have a lot of job offers, you will say, actually I'm mature enough, for example, and I know how to make a decision, and I think that your airline is something that I'm looking forward and I would love to apply for it, and that's the reason why I'm sitting in front of you and then applying for this job. This is the place where the suitable place for me. So I will say that Nadia teach me everything. So actually these are the kind of questions you will get. So I hope that I gave you let me check if there is anything else. What did you prepare for this? قلنا Leah, what motivates you to do the best in your job? So what motivates you to do the best in your job? ما شنو الحاجة اللي تعملك motivation باش تعمل الجوب متاعك? Could you share this doc? I don't have a doc. This is the questions I prepared already. It's not a document. So I will say sample of questions, because there is a lot of sample of questions and I cannot say all of them. So I just pick whatever I can. Situations, alright? So I would say I always felt that it's important both for me personally and for the company to provide excellent service and have extremely happy customers every day. So what motivates me actually as well, it's that I'm gonna see the smile in each and everybody from the time they board the aircraft till the time they leave the aircraft, including the crew members and including the the ground staff, including the cleaners, including everybody, whoever will enter the door of the aircraft. For me, it's the best achievement I can do, is to make each and everyone happy, at least with a smile that I can provide, if not with a smile, with the positive vibes which I own. Nadia, could you please save this live so we can read? Yeah, I will save it, or if it's more than 24 hours, you will find it in my YouTube channel. Rewatch. Okay, so this is, I said about what do you expect from your supervisors. As I said, is the respect, everything. So what do you say that you can easily deal in the high pressure situation? Oh, can you work under stress? Yes, I have been dealing with the busy times in my previous job, for example, or my in my exams. All right, and then where there is a time pressure for the service, or for the study, or for the work, and it actually motivates me to work fast and more efficient. And as I said, I'm perfectionist, so that's why I would love to finish the job and without letting the job for tomorrow. fair enough. So هذيم لي كيستيون اللي نورمالمون باش يجيو في يعني انا ديجا معناتها حتى شفت لي كيستيون عملت لكم samples نتاع الانسرز, and then this is mostly the questions. So if anybody of you has a question, you can send me and I will help you to find a better answer. For example, earlier one of the girls, she sent me this kind of question. Let me see, or let me remember her name, and then I will say she said, what if they will tell me, for example, why I didn't finish my master's? Okay, so you can just simply say that you know, actually as I finished and I graduated, I think it was the right time to leave and to look for a job that I can help my family and support them. Masters can be done at any time, and then I would love to make my family happy and everyone around me happy. So that's why I will think about my master later on, because I think it's the time to start my career and to put my first step into professional path, let's say. Okay, ندوش هذم لي كيستيون فين ستيج الاخراني هذا نتاع الفيس تو فيس. ماني انا قلتش نعملكم غدوه الفيس تو فيس باش نشوف شكون يتعدى ومش يتعدى، مي باغ كونطخ قلت اليوم نقولهم لكم باش اون كاو مثلا غدوه نجمو نحكيو جوست ريكاب ونعملوا دي كيستيون اذا كان تحبوا معناها شكون عنده لي كيستيون بالنسبه للناس اللي تعدت تبعت لي غدوه وتقول لي. اوكي الوغ the major mistakes the major questions that it can be asked by the interviewer during the last stage, during the one-to-one, during the face-to-face. So هذا باش يتعملكم the following day، يعني مش غدوة باش يكون جوست كيما قلت لكم CV drop team work إذا كان فما، وإذا كان مش غدوة أو بعد غدوة، مي سيغمون غدوة باش يكون فما التيم ورك، يكون فما الانجليش تيست مع الميجرمنت اللي هما باش يقيسوا لك قداش توزن وتوصل ل متر 2 متر 12 معناها سنتيمتر، و بيان سور كيما قلت لكم second round of team work، وبعديك اللي هما selected they will come back tomorrow for الانترفيو اللي هو one to one. So tomorrow I wish you good luck، وان شاء الله ربي يحلها في وشكم الناس اللي قال كيما قلت لكم please stick to the tips I gave you, especially do not ignore it. I saw a lot of you are sending me pictures with the skirts like very short, so I said knee length skirt should with this skin tone stockings, not with the dark stockings or black ones. So please make sure you had at least the first impression right for the interviewers to continue checking why they have to take you. All right, so do not break that first rule, because there is rules. So the first rule is the dress code. So and then of course the way how you sit, the way how you talk, the way how you interact is really important. Especially do not stress out. It's just an interview, it's nothing else. You will make it, you will not make it, you will make it next time. So there is never too late. So there is a lot of airlines, they will come later on, so please do not panic, and make sure that you have all that confidence on you, and then build it. If you don't have it, as I said, you can build it through the mirror, you can build it through your friends, you can talk to somebody that he's good in English, so you can engage conversations with him or her. And make sure you be on time, especially have the right watch on your wrist. And then yeah, that's it. Actually, this is all the points I need to discuss with you. I hope that I helped you a lot, and I hope that you will have a lovely day tomorrow. Enjoy, and then make sure that you don't make any silly behaviors. Make sure that you stick to what we discussed earlier and yesterday and the day before. And please make me happy tomorrow, and send me that you passed to the last stage, which is the face-to-face. Make me happy tomorrow, right? I really count on you, girls and guys, and make sure that thank you so much, Habub. And then send me, and then we will do another live tomorrow, and then we will discuss the last touch. If you have any questions, you have any things to say, let me know, and then I will open a live. I open a live today because most of you send me, so that's why. And I hope you are watching now, so otherwise the live will be there or in my YouTube channel. And yeah, that's it. You are welcome, everybody. All right, I wish you a good night. Go and sleep now. Do not stress out. Tomorrow, if your interview at 8:30, be on time. Be like half an hour before, and then just read a little bit of Quran, and then it's gonna help you a lot. And make your self clear, make your mind clear. Off your phone, and then just say Bismillah and go. All right. Good night.